So again, I say welcome, welcome, welcome to John Sports Corner. And yes, all those things that's happening out there in the World Wide Web, when you want to get up to date on what's happening in sports, you tune into John Sports Corner. So again, I say welcome, and John, over to you now.
Once again, a very big thank you, Trevor, and a very big good afternoon, family and friends locked into John's Sports Corner. Welcome to the month of Dan for my 12 Tribe family. Thank you for visiting and staying with our global weekly update on the SosoBone Media Network, the global Caribbean media capital. Let me remind you to go to Winner Circle Radio Store in the SosoBone shop and go gift shopping.
Yes.
You know, this month of Dan, which is October, you have Columbus Day coming up. You
Yes.
have Halloween coming up.
Yes.
Then next month, November, it is the Turkey month. And then following the Turkey month is Christmas. So, go to the Winner Circle Radio Store, go shopping. The items there, again, we have backpacks, we got mugs, t-shirts, sorrel, and the great Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. Pick up a couple packets.
Yes.
Let's talk sports, as usual.
Let's get
Birthdays
coffee.
first. Yesterday, Alan Ray, former Jamaica and West Indies cricketer, would have celebrated a birthday. Today, George Weah, 1995 Ballon d'Or and FIFA Player of the Year winner. Of course, George Weah was recently the president of Liberia.
Aye.
Christopher Taylor celebrates today also, a world championship medalist out of Jamaica. Rod Carew, Major League Baseball's Hall of Famer.
Yes.
His number 29 retired by both the Minnesota Twins and the Los Angeles Angels. Tomorrow, another former baseballer, this time with the Los Angeles Dodgers, will celebrate a birthday in Maury Wills.
Oh, yes.
And then we go to the hard court. Dick Barnett, former New York Knicks, who played on the championship teams of 1970 and 1973, celebrates a birthday. On Friday, reggae girl and World Cup player Alisa Swaby celebrates a birthday. Former reggae boy Adrian Mariappa also celebrates on Friday. Another baseball Hall of Famer and 1992 World Series winner with the Toronto Blue Jays, the big man Dave Winfield.
Aye.
On Saturday, Kaim Dixon, reggae boy, celebrates a birthday. Then on Sunday, one of the great cricketers out of Pakistan and a former Pakistan captain, Imran Khan, celebrates a birthday. So let's continue with cricket. Nepal, by 19 runs over West Indies in the opening game of their T20 series at the Sharjah Cricket Association Stadium in Sharjah. West Indies becoming the first full member team to lose to Nepal. Nepal, 148 for 8 from 20 overs. Rohit Paudel, 38. Kushal Mala, 30. Jason Holder, 4 for 20 from 4 overs. Navin Bidesi, 3 for 29 from his 4 overs. West Indies, 129 for 9 from 20 overs. Navin Bidesi, 22 top scoring. Amir Jangu, 19. Akil Hussain, 18. While Kushal Bertel, 2 for 17 from 4 overs. Player of the match, Rohit Paudel. Now, if you think That was bad. Well, how about game two?
Mm.
West Indies lose game two by 90 runs. 9-0.
Oh my.
Nepal 173 for 6 from 20 overs. Asif Sheikh 68 not out. Sandeep Joda 63. Akil Hussain 2 for 21 from 4 overs. Kyle Mayers 2 for 26 from 2 overs. West Indies couldn't even get into triple figures. Bowled out for 83 from 17.1 overs.
What's wrong with West Indies cricket, John? I mean, you know, I know we have some loyal fans out there, but I get a little bit tired of sharing the bad news with them. I mean, it's like, if it's not cooking, if it's not cooked, you know.
Well, we just have to live with it, Trevor. But the player of the match was Asif Sheikh. Mohammed Adil Alam got 4 for 24 from 4 overs in that game. And Kushal Bertel 3 for 16 from 2.1. With the win, Nepal took an unbeatable 2-game-to-zip lead in the 3-game series.
Oh boy.
Not sure I can say West Indies saved face by winning game 3, because I believe when you lose a series, no matter what you do in the final game, win or lose, you have lost the series. And you have egg in your face going into that third game.
Again.
Yeah. Anyway, yesterday they defeated Nepal by a resounding 10 wickets. Bowled out Nepal for 122 in 19.5 overs. Kushal Bertel, 39. Rohit Paden, 17. Ramon Simmons, 4 for 15 from 3 overs. Jediah Blades, 2 for 20 from 3.5 overs. West Indies 123 without loss in 12.2 overs. Amir Jangu, 74 not out. Akima Goost, 41 not out. Player of the match, Ramon Simmons. Player of the series, Kushal Bertel. Now, Nepal win the series 2-1. And, West Indies used 3 different opening pairs in the 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Mayers and Amir Jangu in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Andrew and Kyle Mayers in game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Amir Jangu and Akeem August in game 3. Also, not sure I agree with the West Indies captain Akil Hussein's post-series comments of being proud of how his team responded by winning game 3 on a walk.
But John, he seemed to have forgotten that the bowlers that were bowling in game number 1 and 2 that beat them, they were tired when they bowling in game 3. I mean,
he completely forget the humiliation that West Indies has faced one more time, Trevor, by losing to Nepal.
I mean, it stands to reason that by game 3, if you're using the same bowlers who were successful against West Indies in game 1 and 2, after 3 days bowling in a row, John, them guys are a little bit tired, the speed on the ball sort of declined a little bit. It went from 92 to 87, and
I think after you win the series, unless you have the killer instinct,
you relax
to sweep.
Yeah, I mean, if it's 1-1, the competitive juice is still up there, but
after you win the series, I'll let you hear down, Trevor.
And maybe Nepal just wanted to be a good host,
Well, yeah, that too. Next up for West Indies is tomorrow's Ahmedabad first test against India. And tell you what, I am not at all confident that this first test will last 5 days, particularly with West Indies without Azari Joseph and Shamar Joseph. Azari Joseph reportedly has a lower back injury, and scans revealed a degeneration of the previously resolved lower back injury. Jediah Blaze called up as his replacement. On the other hand, this is India, so the brunt of the bowling for West Indies probably will be shared by spinners Ruston Chase, Jomel Warrican, and almost 35-year-old Kari Pierre, who may be making his test debut. The fast bowling duties for West Indies should be shared between Jaden Seals, all-rounder Justin Greaves, and perhaps Anderson Phillip, or maybe debutant Johan Lane. While India has kept their team selection close to their chest, it is interesting to see how West Indies batting will handle Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj. Meanwhile, Ravindra Jadeja is 114 runs away from joining the 4,000-run, 300 Test wicket club. Currently, only 3 members in the club: Ian Botham, Kapil Dev, and Daniel Vittori, while John Campbell for West Indies is 6 runs away from 1,000 Test runs.
Yeah, but John, you mentioned how West Indies batters are gonna respond to the spin from the Indian bowlers, and it seems to be a common conversation that West Indies does not handle spin very well, and they actually had Chandrapal selected for the West Indies.
Yes.
And because he was supposed to be one of those West Indies batsmen who was very good at handling spin. But, I would think that if you're going to bring Chandrapal in at this stage, you might bring him in along as a player coach. Because
the spin is not even a question here in this so far, in this match, because Bumrah and Siraj are the 2 top fast bowlers. So they're not even worrying about. I don't forget that the batting have to get past Bumrah and Siraj first before they face spin.
Yes. Oh, boy.
And I don't think it's going to get down to facing spin, because Bumrah and Siraj, I am sure, going to take a few wickets before you worry about spin.
Yeah, or batting is that bad, huh? That you can't even choose it doesn't matter who you choose. Frying pan or fire, you say, John?
Why, I think part of the problem with our cricket now, Trevor, is coaching at the youth level. I think our coaches are wanting at the youth level, and they are not, and so our youngsters are not being drilled in the proper batting techniques, so that when they get to 15, 16, 17, by 19, they're almost a finished product.
I know they have Samson there as a power hitter, but what about Cornwall, John? Cornwall from St. Lucia.
You can't bat, Trevor.
Well, every time he swing the ball, he gone over the fence.
You can't bat.
But John, when you're getting bowled out,
he'll beat up our bowling. Carry him across the waters, and you see something different.
But that is what we're having right now anyway.
Exactly.
so it's not like, we have a good excuse.
Let's be fair, Trevor. I think he's a liability on the field. because he basically can field in one position.
in the slips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't need a slip fielder, where you going to put him?
Yeah, that's true. Unless you put him, unless he can keep.
Well, that's another story. keep the change.
but he's a good spin bowler.
Yeah, he's are pretty good. Yeah, but that's just one facet of the game.
Yeah. Well, right now, when the team is
Fielding
good,
and batting is also important.
yeah, but when you lose to Nepal, there's a spot facet of the game that the other guys were not executing.
Yeah, and it seems as if his batting has fallen off a bit now, Trevor.
Yeah, but it just
Yeah.
it just seems that to me that St. Lucia seem to have a very pretty good team right now. You know, pretty good team.
St. Lucia.
It's not St. Lucia who's in CPL who is top of
No, man. Trinidad just win CPL.
yeah, but Trinidad's a very bad team. They're lucky.
I don't think they're lucky enough. They are good players, Trevor. And veteran players too.
I mean, their record is very bad.
Yeah, but they win the CPL. So
before they won, Amazon Warriors was better, and Guyana was a better team. Barbados was a better team.
No, but Trevor, Amazon Warriors get to 8 finals and only win 1.
Well, yes, because the
Trinidad, the Trinbago Knight Riders have won 5.
Yes.
CPLs.
They're good in when they come to the playoffs, but in the regular season, they're not at the top of their game.
Well, isn't the playoffs you want to be on top of your game,
Yeah, but the fans pay to watch the game, all 10 games, and when the playoff come, they can't afford the ticket.
Yeah, but the fans also cheer when you bring home the championship.
They can afford the ticket.
It's all about the championship. Well, let's move on, Trevor, as Cricket West Indies released the names of players offered retainer contracts for the period 2025 through 2026. It's a 1-year period. On the men's side, Alec Athanaze, Keisha Carty, Roston Chase, Justin Greaves, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Budakesh Moti, Shay Hope, Akil Hussain, Alzari Joseph, Robman Powell, Sherfane Rutherford, Jaden Sears, Romario Shepherd, and Jomel Warikand. Starter contracts for development are Joel Andrew, Jediah Blades, and Johan Lane, while men's academy retainer contracts have been given to Akeem Auguste, Ryan Bandu, Jediah Blades, Rivaldo Clark, Mavendra Dinyal, Giovante Di Pisa, Nathan Edward, Damel Evelyn, Amari Goodrich, Mbeki Joseph, Johan Lane, Zishan Motara, Kishan Pittman, Renico Smith, and Carlton Tuckett.
Yeah, but John, after the names that you call, I never hear Pooran or Pollard. What's going on with those two guys now?
Well, Pollard, both are retired from international cricket. They're only playing the cricket now, Trevor.
T20.
Yeah, Pollard retired when? Must have last year or year before. And he only plays. And Pollard is close to 40 now, Trevor.
He's 38. Yeah, he's 38.
And Pooran retired this year from international cricket. So he's only playing franchise cricket now.
Yes, and these are the guys that we see in franchise cricket in West Indies, CPL, Cricket West Indies, and these are the guys who are exciting the fans. But when it comes to Test cricket and we start losing, These guys are not on the field. And the fans don't understand the difference between being able to bat for T20 and being able to represent and bat for Test cricket.
Mhm.
You know, cricket players understand that, and true.
No, I think it's the other way around. Fans understand it. What is required, batting in white ball cricket and red ball cricket.
Mm.
But you seem as if our players don't understand, can't make the adjustments. Our
Okay, good.
batting.
Yes, yes, yes. That is the part that the conversation has been rotating around, that there's a lot of ignorance when it comes to what their responsibility is when they go to play Test cricket.
Yeah.
That their job is to protect the wicket, not
Mm,
not about how many runs, because
mm,
the law of average says that if you hit the ball 10 times, in a cover drive, the law of average says you're gonna get you at least 3 times.
mm,
You
mm.
know, it's gonna get through.
Well,
No matter how much the green field is drawn in. If you keep on hitting the ball in the same direction, the law of average says it's gonna get through. So if you protect
with
the
West, you see, I don't know if the law of averages apply to our West Indies team, Trevor,
well,
cricketers.
not to stupidity.
They might be hitting the ball, but that ball not getting through going to a hand.
I mean, I see the players come to the crease, John, and they come to the crease and they already make up their mind that they want to hit a 6
Mm-hmm.
or they want to hit a 4.
Mm.
Boundary or over the boundary. They make up their mind before the ball is bowled as to
Six,
where they want to
six,
deposit with the ball.
as I used to say in Jamaica, 6 and out.
6 and out. So they get lucky on the first
Oh, boy.
pitch. They get lucky on the first one and they hit a 6. And the next one they're out. Because they go back.
It's a discipline, Trevor. It's the discipline. And as when we were talking to Neville earlier, and he talked and we are talked about going into the professional ranks and the discipline now of training and getting ready for games. You know, when when you play sports, you have to be disciplined, no matter how bad you are. You have to work,
Yes.
and you have to have like a consistent work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But let's get to our senior women, Trevor, who have gotten retainer contracts. And they're Alia Eileen, Charmaine Campbell, Deandra Dotting, Afi Fletcher, Janita Glasgow, Shawnisha Hector, Chanel Henry Zeta James, Kiana Joseph, Haley Matthews, Ashmini Munisar, Stefani Taylor, and Karishma Ram Harak.
Mm.
The starter contracts for development are Jazara Clarkson and Rialana Grimond, while the women's academy contracts have been given to Abigail Bryce, Asabi Calendar, Naijani Komabach, Shabika Ghaznabi, Brianna Haricharan, Trishan Holder, Deetanaba Joseph, Neil Lachman, Samara Ramnath, Amrita Ramthahal, Selena Ross, Chanel Shaw, Stephanie Sugrim, and Kate Wilmot.
Uh-huh.
On that note, let's go to a break, but we have lots more in the next segment. We'll be right back. Welcome back to John Sports Corner on the SosoBone Media Network, the global Caribbean media capital. And let's continue with more cricket. This political conflict between India and Pakistan that I believe dates back to the Kashmir conflict in 1947 over land and continues to spill over into cricket between the two nations. You know,
Mhm.
I wonder if God knew people would be fighting over land when he separated water from the land. Or maybe if Adam and Eve had behaved themselves, India and Pakistan would not be fighting over a piece of land today. Anyway, India win the Asia Cup and declined to receive the trophy and medals from Mansingh Naqvi, head of the Pakistan Cricket Board and Asian Cricket Council. Makes me wonder if this were a FIFA tournament, what would FIFA do? As opposed to no teeth ICC, who only seem to have teeth for the weakling USA cricket and the minnows.
You mean the minnows like West Indies cricket?
The fighting spilled over to the first 2020 between hosts New Zealand and Australia, not with fists,
Hmm.
but with bat and ball on the field at Mount Maunganui. And Australia defeated New Zealand by 6 wickets. New Zealand won 81 for 6 from 20 overs.
Mhm.
Tim Robinson, 106, Darren Mitchell, 34, Ben Dwarshuis, 2 for 40 from 4 overs. Australia, 185 for 4 from 16.3 overs.
Mhm.
Mitchell Marsh, 85, Travis Head, 31, Matthew Shaw, 29, Matt Henry, 2 for 43 from 4 overs. Player of the match, Mitchell Marsh.
Mhm.
Let's travel to India for the ICC Women's World Cup that bowled off yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And in game one at Guwahati, a Duckworth Lewis 59-run win by India over Sri Lanka women.
Mhm.
In a game reduced to 47 overs, India women 269 for 8 from 47 overs. Amjad Kaur 57, DP Shamar 53, Harleen Dial 48, Pratika Rawal 37, Inoka Ranawira 4 for 46 from 9 overs, Odeshika Prabohani 2 for 55 from 10 overs.
Oh, yeah,
Sri
yeah.
Lanka 211 from 45.4 overs, Shamari Atapathu 43, Nilakshika Silva 35, Deepti Sharma 3 for 54 from 10 overs, Sneth Rana 2 for 32 from 10 overs, Sherry Sharani 2 for 37 from 8 overs.
Mhm.
Player of the match, Deepti Sharma. Then earlier today, game 2 at Indore, Australia, by Australia women, that is, by 89 runs over India women.
Mhm.
Australia, 326 in 49.3 overs. Ashley Gardner, 115, Phoebe Litchfield, 45, Kim Gar, 38, Leah Tahuhu, 3 for 42 from 8 overs, Jess Carr, 3 for 59 from 8.3 overs, Amelia Carr, 2 for 54 from 10 overs, and Bray Eiling, 2 for 75 from 9. And I said over India women is over New Zealand women.
Okay.
New Zealand women, 237 in 43.2 overs. Sophie Devine, 111. Amelia Carr, 33. Annabelle Sutherland, 3 for 26 from 9 overs. Sophie Milano, 3 for 25 from 8.2 overs. Alana King, 2 for 44 from 8 overs. Player of the match, Ashley Gardner. And again, just as a reminder, the 44th Cricket Hall of Fame induction ceremony is here,
Yes.
and it takes place this Saturday at the Marriott Hotel in Windsor, Connecticut.
Mhm.
Again, the inductees for 2025 are Cricket Hall of Fame President Shirley Matthews, Roland Butcher, who was the first Black to play Test cricket for England, and he is Barbadian born,
Mhm.
Ingleton Liebird, Francis Finley, Dr. Atul Rai, Vernon Springer, Saki Mohammed, Cecil Theodore King, and one more, one Mr. Professor SosoBone, Trevor Smith, while Ivy Mahabir to receive the Cricket Hall of Fame Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes.
Let us move into some athletics as the 2027 World Athletics Championships, which will be the 21st edition, will be hosted by Beijing in China. Along with Beijing, Istanbul, Rome, London, and Nairobi had expressed interest in hosting these championships. London and Nairobi declined to go forward with their bid, and when the Italian Federation withdrew its candidacy, Beijing was announced as the host city.
Mm.
Football scores in the 24th edition of the FIFA Under 20 World Cup hosted by Chile. And this is their second time hosting the tournament, having done so in 1987. Australia, 1981 and 1993, and Argentina, 2001 and 2023, have also hosted the tournament multiple times.
Mhm.
The defending champions Uruguay failed to qualify for this year's tournament. So let me bring up the speed on the score so far. New Zealand over Egypt 2-1. Panama and Ukraine in a 1-1 stalemate.
Mhm.
Japan 2-0 over Chile. Korea Republic and Paraguay in a 0-0 stalemate.
Yes.
Morocco 2-0 over Spain. Italy, the Bob Marley score 1-0 over Australia. Brazil, should I say, held by Mexico in a 2-2 stalemate. Brazil is not, the Brazil today is not what Brazil was in the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Change up the guards, John. Change
You know?
up the guards. But at
Yeah.
the same time, they have some young players there like Rodrigo, Vinci, Neymar,
Vinicius Jr.
Vinicius Jr.
Yeah, but they can't, why they can't win, Trevor?
You know, I mean, it's the coach.
The coaching. Well, maybe not too. Anyway, Trevor, Argentina 3-1 over Cuba. France 2-1 over South Africa. Norway 1-0 over Nigeria. USA 9-1 over New Caledonia. Colombia, the Bob Marley score 1-0 over Saudi Arabia. Chile 2-1 over New Zealand. Japan, I think I did that score with 2-0 over Egypt. Ukraine 2-1 over Korea Republic, and Paraguay 3-2 over Panama. And the games today, Spain plays Mexico, Italy plays Cuba, Brazil against Morocco, and Argentina against Australia. I think that Morocco team will give Brazil trouble, Trevor. But we shall see.
Yeah, Morocco plays a great up tempo game from Mbappe was there, you know.
Yep.
Remember Mbappe was at Morocco at one point, you know.
No, man. Not Mbappe. Mbappe played for Spain.
He,
For France. It was Spain, France, one of them.
he went and joined PSG afterwards, but when he came out of Morocco.
Mbappe?
Yeah.
No, man. Mbappe not from Morocco.
I,
No, Trevor.
I thought he came out of Morocco.
Mbappe? No, man. Mbappe is who? From France.
I know he played for France, you know.
Kylian Mbappe.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Kylian Mbappe, Trevor, is is France.
Well,
He's a French footballer.
okay, but I thought you
Remember last World Cup
no,
between France and
he,
Argentina, you know.
he
And
played
it
his he played his youth soccer from 2013 to 2015 for Monaco, not Morocco.
yeah, okay.
Monaco. I was getting
Monaco. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 I was getting Monaco and Morocco mixed up.
Right.
So when you say Morocco gonna give them Brazil a little challenge, you know, it's all
Yeah.
my mind went south real fast. Wasn't drinking or anything like that. wasn't wasn't
Anyway, Trevor,
wasn't
the,
speeding either.
the 40th staging of the Bell Zadie Classic scheduled for Heroes Day in Jamaica, which is Monday, October the 20th at Windsor Park. At Thursday's launch, event organizer Clive Busy Campbell
Mm.
paid respect to sports stalwarts lost in 2025.
Wow.
Former national footballer and coach Jeffrey Maxwell, former Kingston College standout footballer Jerry Murray,
Mm.
former Kingston College and Premier League coach Wilfred Vernon Bell,
Mm.
the younger brother of Jackie Bell,
Hey.
former Veertech and Jamaica international Kenneth Bob Campbell, and more recently, legend Alan Skill Cole.
Hey.
He also mentioned former world boxing champion Mike the Body Snatcher McCallum.
Yes.
This year's honorees will be former players Douglas Bell, younger brother again of Jackie Bell,
Mm.
Andrew Price, and Neville Glanville.
Okay.
Former FIFA referee Carl Tyrrell and Ronaldo Watson, the JFF and Portmore equipment coordinator.
Mm.
The teams competing will be Masters and Celebrities, Invitational, Christian Ambassadors, St. George's College Invitational, and referees. Proceeds go towards purchasing laptops and printers for basic schools island-wide.
Okay.
The final round of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. Again, the next round scheduled for this month, October 9th, Nicaragua plays Haiti, Honduras plays Costa Rica. October 10th, Bermuda hosts Trinidad and Tobago, Suriname plays Guatemala, Curacao hosts Jamaica, and El Salvador plays Panama.
Okay.
October 13th is Honduras against Haiti, and Costa Rica against Nicaragua. Then on October 14th, Curacao hosts Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica at home to Bermuda, Panama at home to Suriname, and El Salvador hosts Guatemala.
Mm.
Let's go to another break, but we have lots more to cover in the next segment. We'll be right back. Yeah. Welcome back to John Sports Corner on the SosoBone Media Network, the global Caribbean media capital. And let's continue with football and the Jamaica Premier League scores from the weekend.
He means soccer, okay? Soccer.
Soccer. Malines United and Portmore played to a 0-0 stalemate. Montego Bay United 4-0 over Police. The Dunbeholden Cavalier game was postponed because Cavalier had Caribbean Cup duty. Waterhouse 3-0 over Chapelton Maroons. Treasure Beach and Harborview in a 1-1 stalemate. Mount Pleasant Arnett Gardens game postponed as Arnett had Caribbean Cup duty, while Racing and Tivoli Gardens played to a 0-0 stalemate. This weekend, the schedule looks like this. Portmore hosts Racing, Tivoli plays Cavalier, Arnett Gardens against Treasure Beach, Harborview at home to Dunbeholden, Police plays Malines United, Waterhouse against Mount Pleasant, and Chapelton Maroons will host Montego Bay United. As far as the goal scoring table goes, Dwight Lincoln Merrick tops goal scoring so far with 4 goals, and he plays for Montego Bay United. Christopher Joel Ainsworth of Cavalier with 3 goals. And who else has 3 goals? Oh, Jordan Fletcher of Montego Bay United, 3 goals. And Roshike Errol Kelson, also 3 goals with Arnett Gardens. The 2025 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup Tournament, Mocha 2-1 over O&M Football Club. Defence Force and Wales in a 1-1 stalemate. Robin Hood 2-0 over Mocha. Mount Pleasant 2-0 over O&M Football Club. Defence Force 2-0 over Chibao, while Wales defeated Cavalier 2-1. So the defending champions will not defend their title in this round of Caribbean Cup championships. Advancing to the semifinals, O&M Football Club will play Chibao, while Mount Pleasant plays Defence Force. You know, in 4 preliminary round games, Trevor, Mount Pleasant has not given up a goal.
Oh my God!
While they have scored 7.
Yeah, stingy, yeah. So they look like potential champions then.
Well, so far the defense has been what you call stingy.
Stingy.
Manning Cup in Jamaica. St. George's College 4-1 over Bridgeport. Camperdown 8-0 over Greater Portmore. Campion and Penwood in a 1-1 stalemate. Hydel 3-0 over Holy Trinity. Vauxhall by the same score over St. Mary College 3-0. St. Catherine 3-1 over Papine. St. Jago 1-0 over Jonathan Grant. Calabar 12-0 over Meadowbrook. Mona 3-0 over Ascot. Kingston College 14-0 over Tarrant. Tivoli and Haile Selassie in a 2-2 stalemate. Charlie Smith 3-1 over Kingston Technical High School. Ascot 1-0 over Meadowbrook. Calabar 5-0 over Dunoon Park. St. Jago 2-0 over Holy Trinity. Calabar 4-1 over Woolmers. And you know, Trevor, in that game, a youngster from Woolmers, Cale Samuels, collapsed during the game in an off-the-ball incident.
Uh-huh.
I understand he suffers from asthma, but he's in stable condition and seems to be doing all right now.
Okay.
While Excelsior defeated St. George's College 5-1, and St. Andrew Technical 4 goals to 0 over Camperdown.
Mm.
And moving to the rural area and the Costa Cup football, St. Elizabeth Technical and Magotty in a 0-0 stalemate. Cornwall 4-0 over St. James. Cornwall seems to be in the mix again, Trevor.
Yes.
Glenmuir 3-0 over Kemps Hill. Clarendon College 7-0 over Lennon. St. Mary High 5-0 over St. Mary Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Lacovia and BB Coke in a 1-1 stalemate. Monroe 3-0 over Newell. Central 3-1 over Edwin Allen. Denby 2-0 over Vertec. Gavi Maceo 3-0 over Winston Jones. Titchfield and Port Antonio in a 0-0 stalemate.
Mm.
Modern Bay 3-1 over Fair Prospect, Paul Bogle and Yalas in a 0-0 stalemate.
Uh-huh.
Marcus Garvey and Ferncourt in a 0-0 stalemate. York Castle and Brownstone in a 1-1 stalemate. Fogar Road 2-0 over Bustamante and Horace Clark and Iona a 0-0 stalemate.
Mm.
Crossing the pond to English Premiership from the weekend scores, Brentford 3-1 over Manchester United, Brighton 3-1 over Chelsea, Crystal Palace 2-1 over Liverpool, Leeds United 2-2 with Bournemouth, Manchester City 5-1 over Burnley, Sunderland 1-0 over Nottingham, Tottenham Hotspur and Wolverhampton Wanderers in a 1-1 stalemate. Wolves finally get a point after 6 games. Aston Villa 3-1 over Fulham, Arsenal 2-1 over Newcastle, and Everton and West Ham in a 1-1 stalemate.
Okay.
In the Scottish Premiership, former Cavalier captain Richard King's St. Mirren in a 1-0 win over Dundee. And in Women's Super League, Jamaica's Reggae Girl captain Khadija Bonishaw back on the pitch playing again and scoring goals. She scored twice in Manchester City's 4-1 win over London City Lionesses earlier today.
Okay.
Let's go over to Gibraltar and Youth Netball World Championships. Australia are the champions of the 2025 World Youth Netball Championships that ended in Gibraltar over the weekend. Australia defeated New Zealand 63-48 in the final, while England defeated South Africa 55-35 for third place. Jamaica, meanwhile, finished fifth by defeating Scotland 53-44. Malawi defeated Cook Island 61-54 for seventh place. So, the top 8 finishers in the Youth World Netball Championships are Australia, New Zealand, England, South Africa, Jamaica, Scotland, Malawi, and Cook Islands. And moving across now the Caribbean as Trinidad and Tobago women to play 2 international friendlies during the upcoming FIFA Women's International window against Jamaica. Former men's national coach Angus Eve was recently named women's national team coach. Trinidad and Tobago have not played competitively, that's their women, since December 2023.
Okay.
Trinidad and Tobago women are drawn in Group F with Barbados, Honduras, and El Salvador for the qualifiers for the 2026 CONCACAF Women's Championships. The 2026 CONCACAF Women's Championship serves as qualification for the 2027 Women's World Cup in Brazil and the 2028 Los Angeles Summer Olympics. Still in Trinidad, St. Benedict's came from behind to grab a hard-fought 3-2 win over Signal Hill Secondary as action resumed in the 2025 Secondary Schools Football League Boys Premier Division. St. Augustine Secondary and St. Mary College in a 1-1 stalemate. Trinity 3-2 over St. Anthony College. Fatima College 3-1 over Trinity College East. Malik Secondary 6-0 over Karapinhaima East Secondary School. Naparina College 2-0 over Scarborough Secondary. Arima North Secondary 2-0 over Presentation College. And Grenada, outstanding in the 2025 Central American and Caribbean Bodybuilding and Fitness Championships hosted by St. Lucia.
Okay.
Their 2024 Bodybuilder of the Year, Andrew Hyacinth, stole the spotlight by claiming the overall bodybuilding title and earning his pro card. Grenada brought home 2 pro cards and 4 gold medals.
Okay.
And once again, this Wednesday afternoon, we close with cricket history. And today, we look at the shortened career of Pakistan's Saeed Ahmed, a brilliant stroke player, but probably best remembered for the undignified end to his Test career.
Ooh.
Following a heated altercation with Dennis Lilly in the Melbourne second Test, Ahmed declared himself unfit for the third Test against Australia.
Ooh.
After Lilly reportedly vowed revenge on the Sydney Green Tops.
Oh boy.
The Pakistan team management was skeptical about the injury and sent Ahmed home for indiscipline. Saeed Ahmed scored 2,991 runs in Test cricket with 5 Test centuries and a top score of 172 against New Zealand at Karachi.
So he sent him home to work from home, John.
And Trevor, that's where I draw the covers on John Sports Corner this Wednesday afternoon on the SosoBone Media Network. Again, folks, thanks for joining us. Tell a friend that we span the sports globe. And remember to go to Winner Circle Store in the SosoBone shop and shop till you drop. A lot of merchandise there. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of the week, family. Vaya con Dios.